people don't know this, but the one little song that she sings about finding herself on the altar, and thank God Jesus spoke up, she wrote that song. And she brought that song to me. I was teaching Sunday school one morning, and she brought that song to me, and she talked about, he wants you to turn that up a little bit,
Turn all the mics up a little bit.
Turn all the mics up just a bit. But I was teaching Sunday school one morning, and she brought this paper to me, and she hands it to me, she said, Mom, look, I wrote a song. And I was in such a state of what I was doing that I kind of just glanced at it briefly. I thought, oh, that's great, and handed it back to her. And when we got to the house, and she sat down, and she said, Mom, she said, you kind of blowed me off, and you hurt my feelings. I said, what are you talking about? I thought, no, not me, but I had. When she handed me that paper again, the whole entire first verse was written out on there about how God had searched over heaven looking for someone to be the perfect sacrifice for me and you. And I got to sitting there thinking, you know, what if God had decided one day to send His only Son? What if He hadn't looked over? He already knew that Jesus was willing. But what if He hadn't? What if He hadn't said, okay, Jesus, it's time for you to go be the sacrifice for your bride? What if He hadn't said that? Then she said, Mama, she said, I want something in the second verse about getting saved, but I don't know how to put it. Well, I tried everything in this world to put it the way I wanted it, and the fight was on. No, Mama, that's not what I want. That's not what I'm looking for. And I thought, well, what are you looking for, child? And then when God finally put it the way He wanted, that young looked at me with tears running down her face. Well, that's it. That's what I want. And lo and behold, about three weeks later, we went to church service over where my husband had got saved at. And it was more of a service. He was going back to, it was on his spiritual birthday, just to rejoice and be at the place where he got saved and bask in. And that very night, my little girl gave her heart and life to Jesus Christ. And now, she told me, she said, Mom, when I say that second verse now, she says, it's real to me. And I can watch her sometimes like today, coming down the road on the way up here. She was singing Hands and Feet with tears running down her face and on her chin. You know, sometimes I think God uses them to uplift us spiritually. Sometimes He uses my boy. We were standing on the street corner preaching one morning, a little 18-year-old boy said, the blood will never fail you. I got home and my boy helped me write a song to that one. The blood will never fail you. I mean, how much better can it get than the blood of Jesus Christ? I thought to myself, thank God. You know, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised in church, but it was all about sacred and pretend and who can outdo the other and who's dressed the nicest and who's playing ball. And if I could only got a grasp back then, like my children seem to be getting now, and they might be fooling me. I'm no sure. I know they're being idiots at school. Every kid does. But they better not act like that at home, and they know it. And I thank God for it. I thank God for the home He's given us, for the life He's given us, and for the life my children are seeing. I hope and pray to God they never ever stray from it. I was asked tonight to do my testimony song. I love this song. This song means more to me than any song I've ever written, I guess. And that's because I was sitting out on my front porch one morning, and the pastor where we was attending church at had told me I needed to write a song about coming from the riverbank to salvation, because that's where we come from. We lived in a campground that was probably one of the worst campgrounds in all of North Carolina.